I'm going to do a quick story time as to why you need a contract with limited usage rights of the content that you create, even if you are just a regular, smugular person just like me. So here we go. When I first started on my content creation journey of being a UGC person, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, I was a deer in headlights. I was just applying to a bunch of gigs, not reading into contracts, not doing anything. I was like, here, you can have my content just for free forever and ever. But slowly I realized that I needed a contract because I put two and two together, and I was like, if influencers have contracts for the content they create for brands, why would I not need a contract to protect me for the content that I create for brands? Like, why would I not have that? I eventually told one of my friends what I was doing, and I was like, yeah, I'm looking for someone to make a contract for me, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, yeah, you definitely need a contract. I have a story time to tell you. And I was like, okay, tell me. So she was telling me that when she used to work for a modeling agency out in New York, there was a girl that her agency would use it as an example for not having a contract, because what happened was this girl that was a model, she went and she took some photos with this photographer, and essentially what happened was he took those images, he put them on a stock photography website, and till this day, 10 years later, he is still making money off of her images. And it's funny because that same day that we had this conversation and she's telling me that I need a contract, she goes to Glendale and she sees the picture of the girl still being used on the side of a building of a restaurant. Now, mind you, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I just think, in my perspective, for me, I definitely don't want someone to have full usage rights of video or any type of content that I create for them forever and ever and ever. Because the thing is, you just don't ever know. Companies get sold, people change, they need money, and you can sell this stuff to people. Like, people will buy videos and email lists and phone numbers lists, and you'll be on there, and you will not have any jurisdiction because you gave it to them willy-nilly without any repercussion if they took your stuff and used it however they wanted to. Again, I'm not the regulator when it comes to your usage rights, but I've asked a couple different agencies here on TikTok who own agencies, who work with influencers, who work with content creators, who have been in the business for quite some time, and they have all said to me across the board, you need limited usage rights on your content to at least 12 months. And I learned about limited usage rights a long time ago because when I hired a model for my jewelry brand to model for me, her modeling agency sent me a contract that said I had 12-month usage rights. Mind you, I paid for the photographer, I paid for the studio, and I paid for the model, and yet I still had only limited usage rights, and she wasn't a well-known model on the images. So it's normal to have that. Even in commercials have 12-month usage rights, and then they renew them again. It is normal for these things. So yeah, just protect yourself. If you don't really care if someone has limited usage rights or non-limited usage rights on your content, then by all means go in there like that. But for me, I don't think I could do that. That's a lot for me. I couldn't handle all that. I don't want to be 60 years old watching a video of me being played on TV. I don't want that.